Hey guys, I'm back here yet again to bring you what is now, as you see from the title of the video, of course, my review for Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. So I've been pumping out my reviews this morning, or whatever time it is where you are this evening, this afternoon, yeah, but I've been pumping out my reviews within the past hour, and that, well, yeah, 30 minutes an hour. I haven't kept track and that, but I'm finally up to I've uploaded my Revenge of the Sith review. As I'm recording this, I am uploading my A New Hope review. So now I'm just gonna sit here and sit back and talk, pretty much give you my thoughts, or just share my thoughts on The Empire Strikes Back. Which, let's kick this off. The Empire Strikes Back. Oh, oh. It could be. I'm not entirely sure, but it could be my favorite movie of all time, and that I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure because it's something I need to have a little time to think about. I probably might even do a video talking about my favorite movies of all time, but I always have trouble doing those type of videos and lists of sorts and everything like that. I always have trouble doing that, but I'll try my best, and I might do that in the new after the new year. Who knows? But yeah, expect a video by the end of the year though, of my favorite movies of 2015. Everything probably top five. I'm not gonna go like two, but yeah, top five movies of 2015 that I've seen and everything. I've seen about 14 or so, 14 movies in cinemas this year and everything. Though like a number of big ones and everything, so that's not too bad. So I'll do my top five because most of them are pretty damn good. But anyway, I'm gonna dive right into my thoughts on Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, and that which could is, if I after more thinking about it, I think it could be my favorite movie of all time. And that I absolutely love this movie. I love it to so much. There's so much about this film I love. From the Battle of Hoth to the scenes on Dagobah to the Cloud City scenes to the Luke versus Vader, with the tension, the emotion, the performances. It's done so damn well, and it's directed by, I should note, it's directed by Irvin Kershner, not George Lucas. So it's we have Irvin Kershner who directs this one, and who did a fantastic, phenomenal job. I know George Lucas would have definitely had input on this, and but Irvin Kershner has his direction just. He did such a wonderful job. Such a wonderful job. Screenplay by Lawrence Kasdan, and that, or at least co-written by Lawrence Kasdan, who has co-written the screenplay for Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and that, which is exciting, and that. But God, this film, where do I start? The performances, fantastic. I loved it, and that. Yes, you get the like I don't know, like I was gonna dive into character stuff there, but I was gonna say because in this, yes, you get the awkward kiss in this film between Luke and Leia. I was gonna actually mention in that, which is that, but it's awkward to look back on, but it kind of shows that awkward stuff happens in our lives, and you kind of just have to move on, like stuff like awkward stuff you're not proud of, and it just happened in your life, and you're not proud of it, but you just have to move on. You can just and you can have a laugh looking back on it, and that it's something like this was, and it kind of was a vision, a symbol of that and everything. Because that stuff's gonna happen. They don't just tread around it and everything like that. Because the fact that they did do that, no one would have maybe expected them to be siblings. I wasn't too sure at the time what people were thinking. But yeah, it kind of threw things up in the air, which is interesting. Made it interesting and everything. But yeah, as well as that, the whole Battle of Hoth, like the whole Battle of Hoth was, I still love it. I love it so much and everything. I really do. The hot scenes on Hoth. Hoth looks fantastic. It looks breathtakingly good. The cinematography is beautiful. I love the scene just before the battle with Luke versus the Wampa and what happens there, and how the music when he gets the lightsaber, when he kills the Wampa and he escapes, and then Han comes to the rescue, and this is the only time I think in the entire franchise where we see a non-Jedi actually use a lightsaber, when Han Solo actually uses the lightsaber to cut open the oh god, I'm forgetting the creature's name, but the thing that Luke is, the Tauntaun I believe it is, that Luke is riding out in the kind of Hoth and everything, in the snow of Hoth and everything, and he uses that to cut open the Tauntaun and let Luke sleep inside to keep warm and everything. But so yeah, there's that and whatnot, and that was like I loved kind of the kind of relationship growing you can see in this film between our characters, and it looks so good, and it comes off so well, and I really do enjoy that and everything. I love the scenes on Hoth. The scenes on Hoth were fantastic. The bickering between Han and Leia, um, maybe some could find a little some it could bother maybe a select few people, but as much as it's bothering, you kind of find it like you can at the same time it's weird because it's they had more chemistry fight they had more chemistry for love when despite them fighting than Natalie Portman and Hayden Christensen had despite them being being in love and that it's if that makes sense I don't know but it's it didn't bother me too much because it was funny and that you kind of had a funny kind of line there by how Han Solo and everything with his kind of with his type of humor and everything and it came off really well. Yeah, I very much like the scenes on Hoth. They were very very good. I very much enjoyed them. Um, Going from that, you had the scene where Luke, when he's in the Hoth, he has the sees the Force ghost, or I don't know if he sees the Force ghost. I think he just heard his voice at this point in time. Heard Ben's voice or Obi Wan's voice, and he's kind of guided or told to go to the Dagobah system. So he goes to Dagobah where he meets Yoda, and we had these fantastic training scenes on Dagobah, which is so damn good. I love the Dagobah scenes, and I love like I could say I could sit back here and sound like a fan, like this kind of Star Wars fanboy, like oh Star Wars, this Empire Strikes Back is just masterful. I love it so much, and I am gonna do that. I am, but I'm gonna give into specific, or I could get into specific things, and I dive in, but I want to dive into why I like it as well. In this film, you see how Yoda, how he comes off, of how he comes off that crazy attitude and whatnot, and how he comes off kind of you're not suspecting him probably at first, and then he reveals that he is the Grand Jedi Master, that is Yoda, or that yeah he was the Grand Jedi Master of sorts, I guess you could say, and everything, and was Yoda Grand Jedi Master? That's a question. I'm not too sure. I think he was. I'm pretty sure he was. I'm not too sure. Like I said, Star Wars universe is so big, you tend to forget some things. Um, yeah. As well as that, you also have. Hmm. I love I love the scene where Luke goes into the cave and has to fight Vader, and it's kind of like it's a very kind of it's a very I like the scene because when he cuts Vader's head off or he kills him or whatever he does, he has that vision of kind of Luke's face, I believe, doesn't he? He sees his own face under Vader's, if I'm not too mistaken. And that now this is something I'd have to look back on. I should have actually got down in my notes and everything. I'm actually gonna just read right through kind of the synopsis details here, and I think I might be mistaken, but I saw it though as he saw his own face, and that was kind of a symbol of what he didn't want to become and everything. Like a bit of like, does that make sense? And that, like a bit of like the symbolism of sorts and everything, which I thought was very well done and whatnot. Uh, yeah. I thought I loved the Dagobah training scenes, especially the scene with Darth Vader. Well, it wasn't really Darth Vader, but you know what I mean. That was I love that, and I love the Force Ghost of Obi Wan coming in at the end and everything, and then and all that. Or was that in this film? Well, you might not have seen Obi Wan in this film. I think he did. I think he did. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken. And you see Obi-Wan in this film and whatnot, and I thought that was great. And you had the scenes of the Millennium Falcon scenes, running side by side with these scenes, I guess you could say, were great too. With Han kind of going in the asteroid beast and then flying out. That was such a it was so well handled, and it looked visually, it looked so damn good, and it still does look good. And this is something I was talking about in my Star Wars: A New Hope review, with the asteroid beast and everything like this, and huh, and it's because you don't kind of suspect it going into it for the first time and everything like that. And even when going back and rewatching it, it's still a ton of fun watching it because of how kind of intense it is. As they fly quickly out and have to fly through the asteroid field and everything, and they find out this asteroid's not really an asteroid; it's just crazy and everything. And like, my God, oh God, I apologize, but yeah, really, I thought this was a very very good kind of film of sorts, I guess. Um, I very much like the Falcon scenes. This is I just love this film. I love the scenes on Cloud City when they introduce Lando, and Lando's great. I love Lando. There's a Billy D. Williams, and they like, yeah, yeah. I was like, Lando. I can't really do it, but yeah, you know what I mean. I try to do impressions. It's better if I have a line of dialogue I'm looking at and everything, and try and play off of it. But the Cloud City scenes are great, and you had the Han Solo froze, and you had the iconic line where Leia says to Han, "I love you," and Han's like, "I know," and that's like, "I know." I was like, that's like Lando saying, "I know." What am I doing? But yeah, that was great. That was like Lando turning his back on them. It's like, oh, it came out of nowhere, and everything. Like, kind of, well, didn't like at the time it came out of nowhere. It's like, whoa, holy shit, what's going on, and everything. Like, um, and just how and I know some people still question to this day about what did Vader and Han and all that and Leia kind of talk about in that kind of dinner meal they had after um it was revealed that Vader that Lando betrayed them. That, if you remember what scene I'm talking about, and it kind of skipped over that scene. Wonder what they talked about. I guess they just told Han he's gonna get frozen and whatnot. But yeah, I guess that was really it. Mm, as well as that, I loved how the Cloud City scenes, and you have C-3PO getting destroyed, and then I'm carrying him around and everything. I really did quite enjoy. This is actually where it gets into, and some people may disagree with me on this. Some people I know do disagree with me on this. This is where we get to probably the greatest fight lightsaber battle in the Star Wars franchise, in my opinion, and that is Luke versus Vader in Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, in which, in my opinion, is the greatest fight we've had in a Star Wars film, and that we'll see what Force Awakens brings us, and that. But Luke versus Vader is absolutely fantastic with the tension and the emotion and just Luke going at it and everything and finally and it was also exciting because Luke is finally turning on this lightsaber. He's actually going to fight a Sith. He's going to fight Vader, and this is exciting in of itself. And that and it was just that the emotions were high and everything, and the fight ended with Vader cutting off Luke's hand and then telling Luke that I am your father. I am your father. It's like, no, that's not true. That's impossible. It's like, search your feelings. You know it to be true. Like all that kind of stuff and everything. But yeah, like God, it's so beautifully done, this scene of Luke then falling down and then being on that kind of hanging post thing below Cloud City and everything. It's like that makes you feel sick and everything because it feels so real and you feel like you're so high up and it makes you feel sick watching it and everything, and it's so kind of well done. I loved how Vader tries to lure Luke to the dark side and whatnot. I really did quite enjoy that. Even that was really well done. As well as that, and whatchamacallit, it's it might like, do I need to like I feel like I should really get into kind of like the Luke Vader fight more, because I know some people think the Anakin and Obi-Wan fights there like that's most people's favorite. I think I'm not too sure because I haven't really seen people's what are people's favorite. I know a lot of people love the Darth Maul fight and everything, but this is my favorite. Is Luke versus Vader and everything in The Empire Strikes Back, because there was so much attention to it, so much emotion to it, and then it ended with one of the greatest twists in cinema history, which is Luke, I am your father, and that was just mind blowing at the time. At the time when they did it, when you hear it for the first time, it's mind blowing. And that, sadly, I can't remember the first time I heard it, which is very sad because it's something you should cherish when you hear one of the greatest twists in cinema history like that. And I can't actually remember the first time I heard it. It's disappointing. But oh well, I'm hoping we'll see what the new films bring us when it comes twist-wise. Because I always love when a twist makes sense and you think back on it, and it makes you love the twist more. I love twists. I love twists, and I don't want twists all the time, but when they do come around and make them feel special, they're so damn good. And this film had one of the greatest twists ever, and it ended on a dark note too. And I like call me kind of dark, but I liked how dark this film was. And that's how and people kind of use this film as kind of when describing other films, like what is it? When Avengers 2 was coming out, a lot of people were describing that and expecting it to be like the Empire Strikes Back of the Avengers, like the first Avengers and the New Hope, and the Avengers 2 was Empire Strikes Back, and that not only because they thought it was going to be better, but also because of the fact that they thought it was going to be much darker, and there was going to be a more of a very emotional connection with the characters and everything going on, and more tension to the film. It was just going to be simply a much darker and not per se grittier film, like kind of the Batman movies and everything. And I don't want to get into the comic book movies too much, but just mention them briefly and everything. You know what I mean? And everything. People use Empire Strikes Back as an example for kind of sequels in films now and everything. Like whenever a sequel comes out, this is going to be the Empire Strikes Back of the franchise and everything. Like, and that kind of shows its landmark on cinema and everything. It shows how much of a landmark it made and how phenomenal this film is. And for that, I'm going to give this film a rating of 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. And I don't give this rating to many films. I try not to because I want to try and make the 10 out of 10 rating special. Don't just throw 10 out of 10 to every film you love. Don't just throw it out left, right, and center. You have to know. Because if you just throw it to every film you love, it kind of takes away the special meaning behind it and everything. So you have to throw it, at least to me. Like you can throw it to whatever you want, I guess. But to me, it kind of like it adds to the special part of it and everything. And I really do quite I respect and everything. And so for that, I'm gonna give The Empire Strikes Back a 10 out of 10. I absolutely love this film. It's one of my favorite films of all time. Probably my favorite film of all time if I get more time to think about it, and I might do a video about my favorite films of all time at some point, hopefully in the future. Maybe past the new year, though, we'll have to see. Maybe by the end of the year, we'll see. But I think by the end of the year, I'll be doing more most anticipated films of 2016 and favorite films of 2015 and all that kind of stuff. But until then, these are pretty much my thoughts and my review on The Empire Strikes Back. Trying to bring justice to reviewing such a masterpiece of cinema. I hope you enjoyed listening to this. I'm trying my best here and everything. I hope the quality of these videos improve. I hope to get a new mic as soon as possible because I know my mic isn't the greatest to record with, but I just do enjoy really discussing stuff with you guys and everything. Well, there's not many of you yet, but hoping the more you watch it, you comment and everything. I really hope more of you guys comment, make a comment in the comments below. That'd be fantastic and everything. And we build a discussion, we build a community of film fans, and we just can expand the community of film fans and everything because it's such a fantastic community and everything. But yeah, until then, guys, I'll see you in the next video, which will probably be my review for Return of the Jedi. Until then, guys, I'll see you in the next video. So yeah, see you later, guys.